Ever wondered why some people seem to have it all, yet they struggle in silence? Meet Alex. Outwardly, he's the epitome of success. A high flyer in the corporate world, admired by colleagues, loved by friends, and cherished by a beautiful family. He's the one on the stage accepting awards. The one people turn to for advice. The one who seems to have cracked the code of life. But when the applause fades and the lights dim, Alex is left alone with an unseen adversary, his own mind. Behind the confident persona and the charming smile, he's wrestling with demons that many of us can't see or understand. Depression and anxiety, they're like invisible chains that bind him. His mind, once his greatest ally, has turned into a battlefield. Every day, he fights a relentless war within himself, a war that drains his energy, clouds his judgment, and shrouds his happiness. It's a war that starts the moment he wakes up, the moment his eyes flutter open to the harsh reality of another day. His heart races, his palms sweat, and his thoughts spiral out of control. He's standing on the edge of an abyss, and it's a battle just to keep from falling in. And yet, he puts on his suit, paints on a smile, and steps out into the world, pretending everything is fine. He's mastered the art of disguising his pain behind a mask of normality. It's a mask that he wears so well, even those closest to him are oblivious to his internal struggle. This is the paradox of mental health. It doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care about your social status, your achievements, or how perfect your life appears to be. It can affect anyone. And it's not just Alex. There are millions like him, silently battling their own minds, their strength unseen, their courage unrecognized. These are the unsung heroes, the ones fighting the hardest battles. Alex, like many others, is waging a silent war, a battle that many don't understand or even recognize. Why is it that mental health, despite its critical importance, often goes unnoticed or is even stigmatized? It's a question that we need to seriously tackle. In many societies, there's a pervasive stigma surrounding mental health. It's often viewed as a sign of weakness, a personal failing, rather than a legitimate health concern. This mistaken belief can make people feel ashamed or embarrassed about their mental health struggles. As a result, they may choose to hide their pain, to suffer in silence rather than seeking the help they need. But this only exacerbates their problems. You see, mental health issues, much like physical health issues, don't just go away when ignored. They can fester, grow, and become even more difficult to manage. But because of the stigma, many are forced to fight this battle alone, hidden away from the world. The need for a cultural shift in our understanding and acceptance of mental health issues is clear. We must move away from judgment and towards empathy and understanding. We need to recognize that mental health issues are not personal failings but challenges that millions face every day. We need to create safe spaces for people to express their struggles openly, without fear of judgment or ridicule. It's high time we shatter the silence surrounding mental health. Imagine driving a high-performance car with a malfunctioning engine control unit. It's bound to crash, right? The very same principle applies to our minds. Just as a car cannot function properly without a well-tuned engine, we cannot live our fullest lives without proper mental health. Let's delve deeper into this analogy. The engine control unit is the brain of a car, controlling all the critical systems that make the vehicle run smoothly. Similarly, our mental health is the control center of our lives, influencing how we think, feel, and behave in daily situations. When our mental health is in top shape, we're able to manage stress, relate to others, make informed decisions, and maintain physical health. It's like driving a well-oiled machine, cruising effortlessly down the highway of life. But when our mental health is neglected or compromised, it's like trying to steer a vehicle with a faulty engine. The journey becomes challenging, fraught with breakdowns and obstacles. Our mental health shapes every aspect of our lives. It affects our relationships, dictating how we interact with others and perceive the world around us. A healthy mindset fosters positive relationships and helps us navigate social situations with ease. Next, consider productivity. Mental health is the fuel that drives our motivation, focus, and creativity. When we're mentally healthy, we can perform at our peak, contributing our unique talents and skills to the world. Lastly, let's not forget the immense impact of mental health on our overall quality of life. With a healthy mind, we can experience joy, contentment, and satisfaction. We can appreciate the beauty of everyday moments and weather life's storms with resilience. So, mental health isn't just about avoiding mental illness. It's about leading a balanced, fulfilling life. It's about thriving, not just surviving. Remember, just like a high-performance car needs regular tune-ups, our minds need regular care and attention too. Mental health is not a luxury, it's a necessity. Without mental health, we simply cannot function at our best. So, how can we bridge the gap between the importance of mental health and the current societal understanding? It's a question that begs for a solution, for action. You see, the first step is education. We need to educate ourselves and each other about mental health. We can do this by seeking out information, attending workshops, reading books, or even watching videos like this one. Understanding mental health is not a luxury, it's a necessity. But education is just the first step. Open conversations are crucial too. We need to create safe spaces where people feel comfortable discussing their mental health without fear of judgment or discrimination. We need to normalize these conversations, making them as commonplace as discussing a physical ailment. And what about access to mental health resources? Well, it's essential. Everyone, regardless of their socioeconomic status, should have access to quality mental health care. Governments, organizations, and communities need to work together to ensure this. Mental health services need to be accessible, affordable, and effective. And finally, we need to embrace empathy. Empathy allows us to connect with others on a deeper level, to truly understand their experiences. When we approach mental health issues with empathy, we not only help others feel understood, but we also break down the barriers of stigma and misunderstanding. Change starts with understanding, and understanding begins with conversation. It's time we break down the walls of silence and stigma surrounding mental health.